So welcome to a wash day diary. Haven't done one in quite some time. I'm excited to be back though. Today I'm using all products by Carol's Daughter. Shout out to Carol's Daughter for hooking it up. This video is not sponsored, but they did send me the products. So I'm not going to necessarily be reviewing the products, but I will just be sharing, you know, a little bit of my experience with some of them so far. What I can say overall is that I like them. They smell light. It's not like a heavy fragrance. They all have the same scent, which is major key. Yeah, I like them so far. Nothing like truly groundbreaking yet, but I guess the true test is when I style my hair. So I'll know more once my hair like kind of dries and I take my twist out. And also, if you're new, welcome. My name is Fatima. This is Soul Beauty Chat. We have very real, transparent conversations about all things faith, soul, and beauty. And the wash day diary is when I am washing and styling my hair and we're just having a chat. So grab your tea, grab your snacks, you know, because these videos are usually a little bit longer and we're just chatting, just girl talk. The other day I was talking to my therapist. Yes, I am in therapy. I've talked about this before on my channel. I think that everyone should see a therapist if you can. And one of the things that came up was this feeling of like, I don't want to go too much into detail, but one of the things that came up is just this overall, like, just the experience as a black woman, right? And my therapist is a white woman. And there was certain events that happened that led us to the conversation of me feeling as if the fact that I'm a black woman was the reason why I was being treated a certain way by certain people. And, you know, my therapist is doing her job, you know, trying to get me to express, you know, what's making me feel that way, etc., etc. And then I finally kind of just blurted it out and I was like, people who don't look like me, people who are not a black woman or a person of color, do not have to face the same type of almost scrutiny and judgment just existing. You don't have to, because, and you'll never have to, because when you walk into a room and you aren't a black woman or a woman of color or person of color, you aren't being judged automatically because of the color of your skin. I won't say you aren't, but it's a lot less likely. It's a lot less likely that someone has already decided how you're going to speak. They've decided your education level. They've decided how cultured you are, how intelligent you are, all based upon the color of your skin and the fact that you're a woman. And, you know, that was like a heavy conversation to come up, but it had to come up because some of the things that I was experiencing was honestly directly connected to those two facts. And, you know, although she couldn't fully understand, she definitely was able to, you know, validate me in that moment and allow me to just express that. She didn't make me feel like it was all in my head or, you know, maybe I was overreacting. She did none of that. She did an excellent job of just validating me and hearing me out. And one of the questions that she asked was, you know, well, how do you think you can kind of navigate if something like this is to happen again? Do you think that, you know, she's like, you kind of have two options. Like, you can either try to change their perception of you or you can change how you react to it. Now, I already know the answer is to change how I react to it, right? Because you can't change someone's perception of you no matter how hard you try. If someone's prejudice has been instilled in them by their parents and generations before them, by media, and some personal experience. Maybe they've had a horrible experience with a black person. All of those notions that they may have had in their mind already, those preconceived notions, it kind of validates it, right? If you have a bad experience with the person, it's like, oh, yep, I knew that this type of person was trouble. This validates it. So now every time I see this type of person, I think of that person that I had that really horrible experience with. So, you know, she asked me that question and I was like, well, I can't change how these people are perceiving me, and I'm not going to try because it's exhausting. And you know, I was like, so I have to change how I'm reacting to it. I was like, but honestly, honestly, I hear you out and I feel you and I get your point. But this one particular time, I don't want to have to change the way I react to it. Like, I'm mad. This is BS. I think this is BS. It's BS that we have to experience this. It's BS that we have to just cope with it and just deal with it. It's BS, because it shouldn't be a reality to feel judged and to feel uncomfortable and to feel like you're under a microscope just because of the color of your skin and the fact that you're a woman. And I'm sure black men have to deal with this too, but I'm speaking specifically as to my experience as a black woman. But I'm not excluding, you know, other races, other ethnic groups, men. I'm not excluding you guys. I'm just speaking from my experience. Something that kind of was triggered in that moment, or something that kind of came to my mind, was like, where do black women go to have these conversations? Because I can't be the only one that feels this way. I know I'm not the only one that feels this way. That feels like you're being judged or you're being scrutinized simply because of the color of your skin and the fact that you're a woman. And, you know, like I said, most of the time, I just adjust. I notice it, and then I just adjust. I kill them with kindness. I keep it moving. I don't spend a bunch of time and energy, oh, what was me, you know, I'm being judged, yada, yada, yada. I usually don't do that. And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that, but I personally don't do that because I know that that doesn't change anything. Like, I'm the type of person that I'm like, I'd rather not complain about something. I'd rather just look for the solution. But in this instance, I was like, the solution is BS. Dealing with it is BS. Learning how to manage is BS. And I was just so upset. And I was just like, you know, where do we go to have these conversations? And I was like, well, maybe it's a YouTube video. I mean, I'm making the video now, but I guess I'll see if my theory is true that, you know, YouTube might not really be the space for this, because there's trolls and there's racists and there's people who don't understand, so they're going to inject their opinion. But I personally don't care. But I mean, like, I am interested in a space where in person, you know, we can have these conversations in a space where it's just us and we don't have to worry about some random person who doesn't agree with what we're saying bashing us or making us feel bad for our actual experience. For example, this is a little off topic, but kind of similar. A little while ago, there was this video on YouTube, it's still up on YouTube, about, I think it's like a documentary about like braids. I want to say it's with Vogue or Elle, like one of those big magazines. And the video has like millions of views. And I watched the video, and I am someone that when I watch videos and it resonates with me, I comment. Like, you can find me commenting on just about everything on YouTube. Like, I am a commenter. So I commented on the video, and the video was just, like I said, a documentary about black hair and about braids and about the culture. And I just felt so proud and so inspired and so just like, yes, like this is just giving me all my life. And especially to be on a white platform, a super white big platform, talking about something as specific to black women as braids. And really, and I feel like I haven't watched it in a while, but I felt like the documentary really did it justice. Like, I felt like they did a pretty decent job of doing it justice, you know. And I commented like something along the lines of like, wow, I'm so happy to be a black woman, like something like that. And I disabled the replies, not disabled them, but I blocked the replies so that I wouldn't see them, because I knew that on a platform like that, I knew that the racists and the trolls and the silliness was going to come out. And I was right. Loving my blackness, celebrating my blackness somehow made white men particularly feel insecure, or like I was racist, or like I was having some type of privilege or whatever they thought. And the point of me telling that story is really to just highlight that as black women, we need a space where we can have these conversations freely and you know, maybe down the line I can create something like that, because I feel like the Soul Beauty Chat is that space, but I just haven't gotten to the point where I've had in-person events consistently. But I really want to, so that we can dive into topics like this on a regular basis, you know. And I know everyone lives like all around the world, so I'm even like planning, and I've been thinking about doing like some virtual stuff, but it just hasn't felt like right yet. And I'm big on things, my intentions feeling right before I do stuff. But when I do it, just know that like it is something that's going to be exclusive. It's something that's going to be paid, and it's going to be something, if it's online, it's going to be something that, you know, trolls can't get into. Like, I doubt somebody that's just a racist troll is going to pay to join a conversation with a bunch of black women. You know what I mean? Like, that would be stupid. I feel like it's a lot less likely versus if I just do like a live stream or something like that. People just, you know, just show up and act foolish. So I remember the last time I did a live stream on YouTube, man, it was so crazy. Like, it was just the craziest, like, random racist people just saying wild stuff, and I was just like, this is crazy. Like, I'm trying to have a conversation with my community, and then here's this person just like, have you ever seen the Emoji Movie? My niece has forced me to watch it so many times, but it's a really good movie. But the trolls in that movie are like real life trolls, like just blurting into the conversation, saying wild stuff for no reason. So yeah, I just twisted this whole side of my head, and I feel like I don't want to make this video too chatty. I feel like, you know, I don't want to keep talking. So I don't want it to be too long and you guys get bored. But let me know how you feel about this topic. What's your thoughts on it? What's your thoughts on, like, do you talk to your friends about this type of stuff? Like, do you talk to your parents? Do you talk to your family? Like, who do you go to when you're just having like a moment as a black woman and you're just like, dang, this just feels heavy. Like, life just feels heavy because I'm being judged, or I'm being looked at a certain way, or I'm being viewed a certain way. Like, who do you go to? Let me know in the comment section. Alright guys, my hair is finished, my snacks are done, my tea is also done, and yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. You guys know I love engaging with you and hearing what you think about these topics. This is really bright. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. I'm about to go to bed. I'm tired. It's late. It's past my bedtime. Good night.